And in Morocco, the search continues for missing people following that country's devastating earthquake. Survivors are facing an uncertain future. In and around Marrakesh, countless families are still sleeping on the streets.
The ancient walls that gave Marrakesh's historic Jewish quarter its charm were also its great weakness. The mud bricks were no match for the powerful tremors that shook Morocco last week. Now, the sidewalks in the old city, usually teeming with tourists, are lined with families trying to piece their lives together after the disaster.
We have nowhere to go, nowhere to sleep. We'll stay here and see what they do with us. We just want a good place to sleep.
Many homes were completely destroyed by the quake. Others were severely damaged. Officials will have to assess each one to see if it can be fixed.
This earthquake has destroyed all our homes. In the Jewish quarter, about 85% of the houses are in ruins. Even the houses that weren't destroyed are dangerous. It's very dangerous to be inside them.
Many Moroccans are angry about the government's slow response to the disaster. In Marrakesh, some displaced people say they'd rather rely on each other than go to the government for help.
We know there's a center for the displaced, but we don't want to go there. We're afraid for our belongings, which are still in the houses. We still have all our papers and clothes. We don't trust the authorities appointed by our king, who's giving them their orders.
The scale of Morocco's tragedy is still coming into focus. Many of those who lived through it feel they have nowhere to turn.
And DW correspondent Jan-Philipp Schultz is in Morocco covering the earthquake's aftermath for us. He sent us this update from the disaster zone on what's being done for the survivors.
This is one of two field hospitals that the Moroccan military has set up in the region in the past days. One doctor told me that they received the order directly after the earthquake and they were operational within 48 hours. And they have treated more than 1,000 patients here so far. What is new is that they also have a psychiatric department this time, the first time for this kind of military hospital. And one of the doctors working here is Dr. Adil. Bonjour, Dr. Adil. And I would like to know from him what kind of psychological problems they're treating here at the moment.
We're treating people here who are suffering from what we call a state of acute stress. That can manifest itself through a variety of symptoms, such as extreme anxiety or through crying attacks. It's particularly difficult with children who are not easily capable of expressing how they feel. They need specialized care.
So they also told us before here that they don't think that the number of patients will decrease in the coming days. This will probably also keep the discussion going if Morocco will eventually need more international help or it can deal with the majority of the cases by itself.
And the Morocco earthquake disaster is also gripping the country's expatriate community in Europe. Belgium alone is home to hundreds of thousands of people of Moroccan origin. DW's Lucia Schulten reports.
A song of home. The Moroccan national anthem. People from the diaspora in Antwerp gathered to share their anguish and show solidarity with those caught up in the earthquake.
This really moves us. It is a catastrophe that moves many people. As it does to us, we are of Moroccan origin. Even though we live here, we were born here, the link remains. This is why we came today, to show our support.
City officials and the Moroccan ambassador to Belgium joined the crowd at the city's central square. All walks of life, all ages, people came to be together. In the capital Brussels, the community is turning that solidarity into action.
We brought sleeping bags, tents and flashlights because there's no lighting, no electricity. I hope that this will help a little bit.
Did you buy this yourself to donate?
Yes.
Karim and his daughter only planned to drop off their donations, but they stayed to help. Many here see helping people back in Morocco as something fundamental.
It is important to help because this is where we were born. It happened in our country, and it really breaks our heart to see our brothers suffering like that. Helping is in our nature as Muslims anyhow, but also as Moroccans.
This collection hub covers 6 of the city's 19 municipalities. They're inviting people to bring donations, which they are bundled together and sent to the earthquake zone.
We collect the donations, such as mattresses, blankets, sleeping bags and generators. Then we'll wrap it all up on pallets and label it and talk with the Belgian army, the defense ministry, to send it to Morocco.
The volunteers in Belgium are not just packing up practical gifts for people hit by disaster. Each box also contains love and solidarity.